What's up, YTPC? This is DSG Pipe Smoker with another pipe smoking video, and today we are on location at Hatcher's Pass. This is the Palmer side of Hatcher's Pass. This is one of the parking spaces you can use. And that roaring river that you guys can probably hear, that's the Little Sioux. So, my fingers out of the way. Light my pipe and let's go. Path to the river is over here. It's a little rainy outside, so I had to find a spot to smoke and keep the tobacco and the pipe dry. Oh, shit. God. Sorry about that, I just fell. Yeah, well. Muddy and rainy outside. That happens. Yeah, I'll take my time here. Probably where I'm gonna put the camera, unless I find another spot. But very careful around here. Sorry if the camera's shaking again. I'm trying to watch my step and film at the same time, and I can't exactly watch the camera. But here we are. This is the Little Sioux. A lot of people like to do whitewater rafting off of here. More of Hatcher's. And, yeah. But, like I said, I'm gonna do a video over here of this rock. That's not gonna work. What about over here? Still recording? I am. Alright. So yeah, like I said, this is the Palmer side of Hatcher's Pass. Hatcher's Pass also has a Willow side. To get there from here, you have to go all the way up the mountain and through the whole pass. Smoking by Tobacco Village Bulldog with some Orlick Dark Strong Kentucky. Came a little overdressed. Sorry. Came a little overdressed for the occasion, but not really going on a hike, so I can get away with it. But anyway, so it turns out it looks like I am going to go on that hunting trip to Denali. That's going to be probably this week. Opening season is August 10th. So I'll get to do that. I'm going caribou hunting out of Denali, so that'll be fun. I'll be sure to take some video of that. Out of the water. I'll get a little bit more comfortable. I'm also going to do a VR to, what's his name? Drew the Shed. So, actually, let me get a little bit closer to the camera so you guys can hear me. Doing a VR to Drew the Shed. He wanted to know sort of how I go about reviewing tobacco. And that really goes all the way back to when I used to only smoke cigars. I used to, you know, like I said earlier, I used to look up mostly cigar reviews so I could find the good cigars. Or, you know, get an idea of what I'm smoking before I smoke it. And that's kind of how I learned how to taste tobacco. And I just used the same methods of tasting tobacco and applied it to pipe tobacco. Now, what got me into pipes was the YouTube pipe community, because you know, when I was looking up information on cigars, what came up in my recommended section of my YouTube page was a lot of pipe smoking videos. And, you know, looking at tobacco reviews and also how-to videos, well, I'll get into that in a minute when I talk about the smoking mechanics, but what I've realized is the guys who are really, really good at it, J Piper, Stuffing Things, Matches 860, Classic Pipes, while they all present their reviews in a different manner, what I have noticed is they all have 3 categories that they go over, every single one of them. And those 3 categories are: what is the tobacco that you're talking about? What are the smoking mechanics of that tobacco? And how does it taste? Now, what the tobacco is pretty self-explanatory. You know, what kind of cut is it? What genre does it fall under? What's the name of the tobacco? Who blended it? Who distributes it? Where can you find it? That kind of thing. The smoking mechanics are kind of like how the pipe, or how the tobacco smokes in a pipe. And as far as how that ties into you know, videos on how to smoke a pipe, I've realized that there is a correlation between those videos, the videos that talk about how to pack a pipe, how to prepare tobacco, how the pipe should be smoking. There's a correlation between that and the pipe smoking mechanics. So, like for example, when somebody says it packs well, it lights well, it stays lit well, what they're referring to is you can use almost any method you want to pack it, and as long as you do your due diligence to pack the bowl, it'll be relatively easy to get a charring light and a true light. And again, as long as you do your due diligence, it'll stay lit. So when I do my reviews, I kind of apply the same concepts. I compare how the tobacco smokes in reference to, you know, a lot of the how to smoke a pipe videos, and how comparable is it? How comparable is it to that? Again, as far as taste goes, not only did I learn how to taste pipe tobacco from cigars, and just the whole concept of the fact that tobacco can change throughout sections of the bowl, or in a cigar, sections of the stick. One thing I also learned how to do, because I would get frustrated in the beginning as well, as you guys might, but one trick I've learned is, instead of trying to taste the tobacco and figure out what the tobacco tastes like, try instead to do the kind of the opposite, but it's sort of outside of the box. Anytime you taste something, whether it's a food or a drink or a certain aroma, like if you go into a lumber yard and you smell the wood, take note of what the wood smells like, and then try and remember what pipe tobacco or what cigar tobacco that tastes like. That especially helped me out recently. For example, Viparati. Viparati has a taste to it that I have a hard time, or I had a hard time discerning, because I didn't have a reference for it. To me, it tasted tangy and woody, and that's about the best I could describe it, until I started you know, working for a tree service company. And what we do at the company that I work at is we have a dump truck and a chipper. The chipper chips wood chips into the dump truck, and sometimes we'll leave it there for a couple of days before dumping it, and that causes the wood to ferment. Most of the trees that we cut down up here are spruce and cottonwood, and after a couple of days of the wood fermenting inside of the dump truck, that tangy woodiness that I was associating Viparati to tasted exactly the same as the fermented spruce and cottonwood trees that we were dumping. So I had a frame of reference to work with. And one last thing that I do, and I learned this from Jay Piper, and I also learned about it early on when I heard about ghosting pipes and how to avoid it, and just the whole concept of dedicating pipes, because some people automatically assume that certain bowls will affect the flavor. And I did notice that when I started to build my collection. The video that I have up that that shows my pipe collection, it's like the second video I put up. By the time my collection got that big, I really started to see a difference between putting certain blends in certain pipes with certain dimensions. And this is especially true with blends like Mississippi River, or really a lot of English blends. Those blends seem to be real picky about what chamber you put them in. Whereas other blends like Dark Fired Kentucky, from what I've noticed, Dark Fired Kentucky is the least picky genre of tobacco, and you can throw it in almost any pipe and it'll smoke really well. as far as how many pipes a day I smoke, and you know, you were mentioning you must smoke a lot of pipes. I guess that's all relative. I don't keep pace with the Dagners. I think I saw a video where Jason said he smoked 5 or 6 bowls a day. I only smoke about 3 to 5 bowls on the weekends, but on the weekdays I'll have 1 or 2. As far as keeping track of everything... Hello. Hi. Okay. As far as keeping track of everything goes, yes, I do write down all the specifics of the blend before I review it. So, that's basically how I go about doing it. This video is probably going to go on a little bit longer than I anticipated, so I'm going to end it here. This has been DSG Pipe Smoking with another pipe smoking video. You guys have a good day.